there's a lot of things I need to discuss with episode 3 of Digimon Beat Break, and there's pretty much there's a lot of things I really definitely do need to discuss basically basically in regards based on this anime, and I kind of want to personally want to talk about this, and I think that is very important for people to really basically understand based on the MC basically being in this anime, and just really kind of want to say here, it personally basically feels to me that um, having anger issues or basically harming other friends or family members or anything like that, it's not really going to solve your issues. It's not going to solve the issues. Revenge is not to the right issue that can help you out. Sometimes revenge can be bittersweet for a person that really desperately really want it, or sometimes revenge can be reversed into basically just not mainly just not wanted to have it or not wanted to really basically for that. I kind of want to personally want to say here is basically that I want people to really understand here is that learning from based on the MC based in this anime and basically learn from him is basically that basically even though he defeated the Digimon, but he has to keep one thing in mind. Yeah, his family member was harmed by Digimon, and it was. And sometimes revenge is the way for someone to really to basically to really have and stuff like that. But like I said before, when somebody's being harmed or something like that, like a friend or family member, you just really don't even know like what's basically going to happen between them and what's going to happen good from that. I think that revenge is not it's not something that you seek. It's not something that you seek. It's just going to leave you nothing but sorrow and nothing of happiness. I mean, you may think that revenge would basically say like, yeah, I feel like I need to. To personally be honest, I've been there before. Revenge is it feels like that's what basically what it felt to me. Sometimes people do are desperate to basically to have revenge. Some people are desperate are basically for that. Why people will be basically be very desperate to basically have revenge because either they thirst it or maybe they just want to earn it or maybe they just want to do it in a way to basically to slowly to ease the pain of the suffering of the person that was being harmed, basically harmed. But not only because the person is basically being harmed, but you're also being harmed also as well too. Also as well too. I kind of want to personally want to say here is that I would personally will tell anyone. I definitely do think that revenge may seem like it's okay for you, but it's not okay. It's not okay for me. But if it's not okay for me, then it might be okay for you. But you have to really think about it. You have to really think about it. Do you want to live your life horrible life, or you want to live your life full of happiness? That's really depends on basically really that's what you want. Basically, that you really want. That's kind of like the balance between yin and yang. Yang is kind of like the represents light, and I think yang represents dark and stuff like that. That's kind of like basically of that. If you see the example based on this episode where basically that the MC he basically lost control of his emotions because he wanted revenge on Fangmon, which basically I would say hyena Mon evolved into Fangmon. Because the reason why he wanted revenge because Hyena Mon basically harmed his brother and basically of that. Would his family would be very happy to see him really do that? To be honest with you, no. Because if my family was basically in that position, if I had a brother or a sister that was harmed by a Digimon or anything like that, I'm just using that for example and stuff like that. And would they be happy me for me doing that? No, they would not be very happy for me doing that because that's not something that's basically that definitely is not right. forgiving somebody is a healing process for somebody to basically to go through and stuff like that. And sometimes people refuse not to forgive or anything like that. Take as instance for I've seen this based on YouTube that a black lady, she lost her son because this black guy, he killed her son. And basically what happened was she got out and she went up, walked up to the man. She didn't slap him. She didn't get mad at him or anything like that. And she told the man, and she said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It was the devil that made you do that, made you kill my son. You didn't kill my son. You didn't kill my son. It was the devil that was trying to do that to my son. I forgive you for what you did, and I will not forgive the devil because what he did. If you think about it, I mean, sometimes the devil will just basically just do things just to really just outright just to make it feel like that you're guilty first for something that you did for something that you did for something that you didn't do or whatever it is that person really is. I kind of want to say here is basically that it's not just basically a guilty basis of a guilt that you have or something like that. But I can't really prove that like if the devil really actually basically just saying like, yeah, that's what he tried to tend you to do. I can't prove that. I can't really prove that. I can't really prove that really at all. I go back and basically my past reviews. People do have the right to of free will. Free will is a very important aspect. That's the power that people definitely do have. If you look based for the example based from this anime, from based on this episode, the MC he has the free will because he wanted revenge because this is what he really wanted to do. Not only very importantly based on that because he told the Gecko mom because to delete the Digimon because that's what he really definitely wanted because he wanted revenge. If you want, that's what he really wants revenge. If you take from the different aspects from the MC based on the anime and compare to the story, the real life story I just told you about, what is the difference between both of them two? What is the difference based off them two? I kind of want to personally say I definitely do think that the lady is Yang or whatever it is. Okay. Okay, let me just say this. Okay, let me just say that she's the light. Okay, she's the light of representative of basically what she is, basically on her faith and basically what she believes in. But if you look at basically from the aspects for the MC basically in this anime, he is represents basically of dark. That means his heart is dark. Means that he doesn't really means that he has no empathy for himself. He has no passion for what he believes in. He has no passion. He has nothing. He has nothing for whatsoever at all. So I mean, like that's what it basically it feels to me. He has emptiness in his life. I mean, if he's going to continue to have emptiness in his life, he's never going to find no happiness for his life. He's never is. He cannot force a Digimon to basically do his dirty work, just like that. Even Gecko Mon says like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's not something I want to do because it's not something that I feel like it's okay basically the thing to do. We've seen this basically in the past, basically when it comes to other Digimons that really wants to surpass to basically a different, more provident level. Basically, if you take it for the instance, I think it's called Digimon Tamers or something like that, where he was trying to make his Digimon go to the mega level. He really wanted it so bad. Because that's what he ultimately definitely wanted. Because he wanted the power, because that's what he really wanted. For somebody that orbited the power and what they got to orbit it based on that power, they want to assume it more and more and more and more. And the more and more they assume the power, it's kind of like they wanted more. That's what they really definitely want. With all that power, space is in the palm of their hands. With all that power that they have, can they control it, or can they just want it more? That's what I kind of basically feels to me. I think the MC really needs to learn, needs to unlearn, needs to understand that he's not only putting himself at risk, he's putting his partner at risk also well too. So if he keeps doing what he's doing, that's what's definitely is going to happen. That's what is basically going to happen. I feel really bad for the MC. I really do. He does have a special ability that he does has that nobody has never had before, and I kind of want to say here is basically that I definitely do think he needs to learn how to use his gift, and yeah, I think he needs to learn how to use his gift in the proper way, but not in the proper way of basically getting revenge, or basically in a proper way where he feels that this is what he necessarily that he needs to do. If he thinks that that's what he needs to do, that he needs to be cautious and just say like, maybe I need to shy myself away from that situation, or maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I should. That's his choice. That's his own free will. But when you have people who are basically helping him out, it's very important. Now, I also want to talk about some other different things basically in this episode. Basically, Himori is back alive, and she's back conscious. I definitely do think that she is a very important person basically when it comes to in this anime. I definitely do think that she really actually is. I definitely do think that she really definitely she actually is. I definitely do feel like she is a very important aspect of this anime. I have a feeling that she is going to become the next Digimon trainer, to personally have her own Digimon. I have a feeling that she will. I have a feeling that she really basically will. I could be wrong. I could be right, but I think she's too much of an important of a character for somebody to basically ignore her because the base of what she really actually is. Even though I'm very happy that she's back and stuff like that, that makes me feel very, very happy because I happen to like her character really a lot because she seems like she's a real bubbly, basically kind of character, and she really actually is and stuff like that. And I'm really kind of curious about where the direction are they going to lead for her character. Is she going to become a Digimon trainer, or maybe that she's really is not, or it maybe that she really isn't? I really am basically kind of curious about based of that. I kind of find her character kind of mysterious, based also well too. That's one thing I'm really kind of curious about also well too, because I think that she seems like she really actually is. I still will say it again, she's a very important character. Excuse me. Now, I definitely do want to talk about the ministry, the civil of the ministries. The civil of the ministries, we don't know what is their true intentions are basically really actually basically they're really definitely definitely that they are. I have a feeling, I think there's a lot of folly basically going on behind the scenes because basically the basically of the director basically in this anime, I have a personally definitely very good feeling that whatever is basically is happening between him, basically that director, basically in the anime, something is not right. I don't know what it is, but I'm beginning to think because I'm beginning to think there's a lot of foley basically going on basically with this guy or something like that. There's a lot of different things that we may not be able to see, but he seems like he's also basically the kind of character that he's also maybe behind some other different things. But the question is, I have a feeling there's a very good likely, very good possibility. Could he basically have the monkey Digimon or whatever it is, so something like that, the ultimate Digimon? I'm really kind of wondering if he really did have that Digimon. Now, that's a far fetch based from there to really actually to say if that really is that possibility. However, I can't really prove that, but I'm willing to what the person will say here is that I have a strong, very good possibility that I definitely do think that he is definitely basically probably maybe the corporate being a bad villain basically in the coming of this anime. It depends on where the direction where they basically really want to go and what they really want to do to really want to do. So I'm really kind of curious about what they're actually basically going to do. Now I'm also curious about Gekkogamon. I'm really kind of curious about him. What is Digimon is going to evolve also too. I kind of like the pacing based on this anime. It seems to be it's going perfectly well, and I definitely do think that's a really good thing. But I kind of want to see the evolution of Gekomon to the champion level. Now, I also want to press one say is that I don't know if I get a little confused about the base of that. I said this back in my past review that the evolutions is basically is the training level, the rookie level, the champion level, the ultimate level, and the mega level. And I think there's fusion level or something like that. I don't know, or basically beyond that or something like that. I don't know how many levels that there really basically are. I would like to somebody to please tell me to let me know how many levels are basically there are for Digimon, because that's what it basically feels to me. But I one person will say here that Digimons are much more different than compared to Pokemons. That basically are much more different, but their evolutions are basically are different complex between each other. So they basically are. So yeah, anyways, that's it for the anime and review. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like this episode? You guys think was good? You guys think was bad? I'm really kind of curious about what you guys have to say. But yeah, anyways, this is Unless. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later. And please give me a like on the video. Give me a dislike. Doesn't matter to me. Please leave comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.